Welcome back to another episode of Lost Horror Media, and on today's episode we are going to trek through the treacherous terrain of Cannibal Holocaust, the notorious 1980s found footage shocker by Ruggero Deodato. Apologize if I got that name wrong. Now, I have seen this movie, well, half of it. My friend had brought this over for a horror watch party with a bunch of us. We sat down to watch it, and about maybe 30 minutes in, we turned it off. Not because it was gross and disgusting, because it was comical and kind of boring. Now, that doesn't influence what I'm going to cover here today because I find that this is pretty interesting.
You don't want to die.
Inside.
Or simply rip his head off.
Have you always wanted the film I Spit on Your Garage after Tatum said it in the Scream film? Well, Tatum was one of our most popular characters on a previous vote that we did on our YouTube community page, and I thought I would award her with a t-shirt that you can find in our merchandise store. So go ahead and click the link in this video description and go ahead and pick up your very own copy of I Spit on Your Garage t-shirt, along with several other designs that are out there based on comments from discussions that we've had on previous videos. Now let's dive into this film. Now, it didn't just pioneer the found footage style that would go on to eventually terrify audiences with the Blair Witch Project, it also became a legend within itself. Cannibal Holocaust has a dark, dark secret. A scene so brutal, some say it was never even finished. And we're talking about the infamous piranha torture sequence. Okay, nerd boxers and horror enthusiasts, if you're not caught up on your horror history, Cannibal Holocaust is about a NYU anthropologist, Harold Monroe, played by Robert Kerman, who investigates the disappearance of a documentary crew filming a cannibalistic tribes deep in the Amazon. He eventually recovers their lost footage, but the horrific content forces him to confront a disturbing truth about the filmmaker's actions. Now Monroe must convince a hungry American broadcaster to shelve the shocking documentary.
Think of ourselves! We gotta get the film back home now! Think of it!
Now, despite premiering in Milan, Italy on February 7, 1980, to initial praise, the film Cannibal Holocaust was quickly mired in controversy. Positive audience reaction in the first 10 days couldn't shield it from its legal troubles. A citizen's complaint triggered a court order to confiscate the film. Financially, however, the brief window of its availability proved lucrative, grossing over an estimated $2 million. This success amplified it in Japan, where it became the second highest grossing film of all time, raking in a staggering $21 million, just behind E.T. Can you believe that? You have E.T. at number 1 in Japan, and you have Cannibal Holocaust at number 2. Mind blown. The controversy wasn't about the graphic violence. The disturbingly realistic portrayals of animal killings, sexual assault, and even human deaths pushed the boundaries. The believability sparked accusations that director Ruggero Deodato had crossed the horrifying line, creating a snuff film. A snuff film, snuff movie, or snuff video is a type of film produced for profit or financial gain that shows or claims to show scenes of an actual homicide. The victims are typically lured to their murders by false pretenses, and their murder is then filmed, and the video depicting it is sold to buyers. Now, if you want to venture down this rabbit hole, I would say venture safely by watching the film 8mm, where Private Eye Tom Wells, played by Nicolas Cage, stumbles into a nightmare when a wealthy widow finds a disturbing 8mm film that possibly depicts the murder of a woman. He then has to investigate to find out if the murder is real. These allegations landed him in jail, facing charges of obscenity and even murder. Even if entirely fiction, Cannibal Holocaust's brutality, including scenes of rape, mutilation, and savagery, remains difficult to watch even for audiences today. So what scene could be so horrific that this film decided, nope, we're not even going to finish it? Well, this gruesome scene was deemed as the Piranha scene, where we have a captured warrior wounded in battle having his leg chopped off by another tribesman, then subject to horrific torture. They would tie him to a log and lower him into piranha-infested waters. This scene would show him being devoured alive by the flesh-eating fish. However, filming the scene proved to be just a little nightmarish, just a little. The piranhas were uncontrollable, go figure, and the underwater camera malfunctioned. The scene was ultimately chopped and abandoned, and only the production stills remain as evidence of its intended gruesomeness. Or so they say. Colin Waddle, a dedicated film historian, has spent years delving into the mysteries of Cannibal Holocaust. In his book, Cannibal Holocaust, Devil's Advocate, and documentary, Eaten Alive, The Rise and Fall of the Italian Cannibal Film, it explores the film's complexities. Waddle's recent trip to the Amazon pre-pandemic unearthed new details. While he confirmed the controversial turtle scene was rehearsed, a first-hand account suggests that it might have been filmed for real. Ronald Blanca, a young boy in the film, vividly remembers a scene's production. He confirms filming occurred, stating, "He definitely shot it. It was like a movie set with calls of action and cut. We even watched and applauded afterwards. It was a remarkable effect." The scene depicting piranhas attacking a man's leg also has a shocking backstory. Waddle, while in the Amazon, discovered that they used a local amputee, possibly a casualty from a regional conflict. The crew reportedly attached live piranhas to his prosthetic leg, filming his reaction as they tore into the fake flesh. Blanca then clarifies that this scene was staged, taking 1 full day to film. So while the scene about the turtle is quite shocking, it does seem that maybe, just possibly, even though the camera had malfunctioned underwater, maybe there is some footage of this out there other than just the one picture. I would imagine in his search, Colin Waddle will eventually come across it and find it and let us know that if it does exist. But hey, it is what it is. Have you seen Cannibal Holocaust? Did you like the film if you did watch it? Did you find it boring like I did and my friends and made fun of our other friend for bringing it over? Let me know by dropping it in the comments. Also, while you're here, if you haven't done so already, drop a like on the video. I appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, please do that as well. Now, I'm not going to bug you to click on the notification icon because guess what? You have a list of people that you're subscribed to, so you can come back and watch Nerdbox videos at any time. You don't need it to pop up on your phone saying, hey, another video is live, because who wants to kill the battery life? I certainly don't. So go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you're enjoying this season of Lost Horror Media, I'll see you on the next episode.